an absolutely gorgeous day today at Busch Gardens, and I'm going to show you everything you need to know before you go. Welcome to Pammy Plus Parks. I am Pammy, and today we are at Busch Gardens. And normally I'm bringing you all the magic that Florida theme parks have to offer plus size people and people with mobility, accessibility, cognitive and sensory concerns. But today I have even more for you. Today is my first day back at Busch Gardens in maybe 20 years or so. So I'm re-familiarizing myself with the park. And in this video, I'm going to share with you everything you need to know before you go to Busch Gardens, Tampa. The information in this video is actually going to apply to lots of different people, and there will be no detailed ride reviews in this video. This is an overview of information you need to know as you're starting to plan your vacation. But make sure you subscribe to the channel, because when you do, you won't miss any new videos that I have coming out that are detailed reviews of individual rides. Now, let's do a little time traveling back to the beginning of my day when I first arrived in the parking lot, and I'll share with you some parking information. All right, we're doing a little time traveling back in time to the beginning of my day when I first arrived here at Busch Gardens. I did a little research ahead of time, and I found out that parking is $25 a day per vehicle, or $28 for preferred parking. The regular parking lot, the $25 lot, is across the street from the park, and you take a tram, which will take you across the street to the park and to the front gates. Preferred parking is actually a parking lot that's right next door to the park, and you have a little bit of a walk to get to the front gate, not much of a walk. I decided I would pay the $3 extra and do preferred parking. Handicap parking and preferred parking share the same lot. Handicap parking is even closer to the entrance than the preferred parking. I did get a really nice parking spot. I'm actually really close to a roller coaster. I'm excited to start my day. Let's hop out of the car and head on in and start to show you some of the things you should know before you go. There's the roller coaster I'm parked right under. Should make it pretty easy to find my parking spot at the end of the day. Something you may want to know that will save you a little bit of money is if you buy your tickets online, you can save up to $25 per ticket. I've provided a link for you down below so you can go ahead and make that purchase of those tickets in advance. Please know that if you use that link, Pammy Plus Parks will receive a small commission, and that commission helps me make more amazing Busch Gardens videos for you. Busch Gardens offers several different ways to buy tickets that will save you a little bit of time and a little bit of money. If you want to save money and time, use that link down below to purchase your tickets in advance. They also offer full service ticket windows that are kind of like a guest services sort of thing. You get a little more extra customer service there. You're waited on one-on-one by someone who works here. They also have self-service ticketing kiosks where you can buy your ticket using your method of payment like a credit card or a debit card at like a ATM style type of machine. By splitting this up into different ways to buy your tickets, online, in person using a kiosk, self-serve style, or a window where you can get your annual pass, it splits up the lines and makes things a little quicker and shorter. Now, I got my ticket online and printed it out just like this, and I'm going to take it to a special ticket window. There's a zone letter that is printed on your ticket that tells you exactly which type of ticket window to go to. Mine is Zone C, so I'll be headed over to Zone C right now to get entrance into the park. This ticket was offered to me by Busch Gardens so that I could cover this park for you and show you some really great things. Before you even enter the park and go through your security check, there's this wonderful little area that's the ride height check station. It shows you exactly how tall you need to be to go on each of the rides here at Busch Gardens. When you buy your ticket online, you go to Zone C, which is getting straight into the park, the security area. There are restrictions on what you can take inside the park. You can't have any signs or protesting on the premises. No food, alcoholic beverages, or weapons are allowed inside. The exceptions to food are bottled water, baby food, and special medical diets. Now, this sign says coolers larger than 14 by 14 are not permitted, but online it says coolers, either hard or soft-sided, are not allowed at all. I've placed a phone number for guest services down below in the description of this video, so you can call them and ask if your food or beverage are allowed inside the park. I know there's lots of people with special medical needs, special dietary needs for themselves or their children. Check it out with guest services and see what you are and are not allowed to bring in. Now, as we get in line for the security check, I think it's important to note that you want to make sure you have your bag off your back and everything unzippered and ready for security to look through. Wow, that was really quick and easy. I was through security and they scanned the ticket that I had printed out and into the gate in about 3 minutes. That seems to be the way to go. Buy your tickets online and get right in really fast. Hey, and don't forget, I have put that link down below for you to purchase your tickets online. Just as you enter the park, off to the right is a store called the Emporium. That's where you go to rent your stroller, your ECV, or wheelchair. All right, so here we are in the Emporium. I'm gonna show you where in here you go to rent your stroller, ECV, or wheelchair. You walk all the way through the store to the very back. And here is the counter where you do your rentals right here. At this time, strollers are $20. If you're a pass member, they're $17. A manual wheelchair is $20, and an ECV is $50. These strollers are $20, and they're all double wide and fit 2 children, and they all have that cover over the top of them, a little sunshade. Here at Busch Gardens, they refer to these as electric wheelchairs, but they're a standard scooter or ECV with 4 wheels. There's a basket on the front and a nice wide seat with a high back. Both of the arms on this go up for your comfort, to give you a little extra room if you like it, or to make it easier for you to get in and out of the chair. So here I am sitting in the scooter. There's a lot of leg room in here. If you're a taller person, you can probably put your feet out here if you need to. This basket is plenty large enough to hold my standard size backpack, and I could probably put a whole bunch of other stuff in here too. The handlebar clearance on this is fantastic. So if you're a super sized person, you shouldn't have any issues getting in and out of this at all. I do have both sets of handlebars down on here, and I still have additional room, and I'm very comfortable. For an extra $13, you can have an ECV with this wonderful sunshade. Now, the top is solid to protect you from the sun, and the sides and back are mesh so that you get a breeze. Okay, so this is the standard wheelchair. It looks like it's a fairly generous fit. Do you mind if I sit in it? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and sit in this for you and tell you what the fit is like for me. Okay, so here I am in the chair. Now, I weigh 328 pounds today, and I wear a US women's size 26 or 4X. And it is not snug, but it is a dead fit for me. These panels on the side have a little bit of flex to them and actually make it a little more comfortable. So the manual wheelchairs seem to work for someone my size. They may work for you as well. A special thanks to Mike and the entire team here at Busch Gardens who assisted me with getting all the shots I needed of the wheelchairs, ECVs, and strollers. You guys are amazing. Thank you. Well, I'm stopping for a very quick hydration break and to share with you some key information if you have vision, hearing, or invisible disabilities. Down below, I have email that you can write to Busch Gardens and let them know that you would like some assistance with some visual concerns or hearing assistance. Do this about 2 weeks before your trip, and they can schedule to have someone assist you during your visit here, whether you have vision concerns or you need a sign language interpreter. Service animals are welcome here at Busch Gardens. You must have them on a harness or leash at all times, and there are just a handful of rides that they're allowed on. If you'd like to go on a ride and you can't bring your service animal on the ride, make sure you speak to a team member outside of the ride before getting in line, and they'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Once you reach the park, there are actually some other things that you can tap into as resources if you have vision or hearing concerns, or if you have some invisible disabilities. Make sure you visit Guest Relations. That's where they have scripts for all the shows so that you can read along with them. Most of the theaters here at Busch Gardens have assisted listening devices for their shows, but you can also ask for one at Guest Services. At Busch Gardens, they have something known as the Ride Accessibility Program, or RAP, and you'll need to visit Guest Services in order to enroll in RAP. RAP is very similar to the DAS at Disney. Essentially what it allows you to do if you have an invisible disability is you can go to the entrance of a ride and request a return time. The return time is equal to the wait time you would wait if you were waiting in the queue, but you can do your waiting outside of the queue and return when it's time for you to get on the ride. Each guest enrolled in the WRAP program can bring up to 5 other guests with them on a ride. The person who's enrolled in the WRAP program must go on the ride with the members of their party in order for everyone to use it. So you can't enroll in WRAP and then have everybody else in your party go and you sit off to the side. You have to ride with them. In addition to being a roller coaster lover's paradise, Busch Gardens also has tons of wonderful animal exhibits. Now there are 10 animal exhibits listed on the map, but there's many more spotted throughout the park, like this one with the alligators. Now Busch Gardens also has tons of festivals throughout the year, and right now we're celebrating Mardi Gras with lots of wonderful characters, costumes, shows, music, you name it. Hey ladies! Woo! Happy Mardi Gras!
Happy Mardi Gras, let the good times roll ya!
Woo! One of the great things I'm noticing throughout my day here at Busch Gardens is that there's lots of shady areas to cool off and relax. And there seems to be benches and places to sit almost everywhere you look. As you can see, there seems to be lots of benches in shady areas everywhere. There's even some down there, a couple more. Now I happen to be visiting in mid-February and it's actually quite nice out today. It's about 65 degrees out with the breeze, lots of sunshine. So it's kind of the perfect weather to wear like a t-shirt and jeans and have a little jacket in your backpack in case you need it. Well, here I am going to take one of those wonderful shady seats and another hydration break. I want to talk to you a little bit about Quick Queue. Quick Queue is a service that you can purchase. They have different levels of Quick Queue for you to buy, but they start at $14.99. And what it is it's a special pass, kind of like Fast Pass would be at Disney, only you have to pay for this. At Disney it's free. Here at Busch Gardens it costs as little as $14.99. And it gives you a certain amount of access to get to the front of the line for some of the more popular rides here at the park. The $14.99 version allows you to get a one-time pass to the front of the line to a few key rides. And the more you spend, the more access you have. So you have more rides offered to you and you can do them at an unlimited number of times as well. There's even a special Quick Queue pass for all the kiddie rides for your little one if you don't want them to wait in line. So there are some great affordable options for families. All right, it's time for us to talk about restrooms and accessibility in the restrooms. Let's have a look. There are tons of restrooms located all over the park. The one we're about to check out now is actually located right by SheiKra. Most of the restrooms here, but not all of them, are entirely plus size friendly. Let's look at these. There are 2 sizes of accessible stalls, the larger ones here that really fit wheelchairs very, very well and are easy to navigate. They have a lot of extra space. And then a slightly narrower one here that does not have a sink in it, but is still a little bit wider and easier to get into. Here's where we run into some issues in the standard stall. The sanitary bin is right here, and then you have your toilet paper dispenser here, and they're actually, you can't necessarily see it from this angle, but they're almost lined up with each other. I found my shoulders touched both of these and made it difficult for me to sit comfortably in a standard stall. Not all of the stalls are set up that way. Some of them are a little more intelligently designed, where the paper and the bins are located a little further forward and staggered to allow you to have room for your shoulders and your hips. Now I weigh 328 pounds. I wear US women's size 26 or 4X. I am 5 feet 4 inches tall. I found the standard size stall usable, but not super comfortable. Keep your eyes peeled before you step into the stall. And if you think you might have an issue accessing the toilet like you want to, get in line for one of the accessible stalls. That's what they're there for. They're there for people who have any difficulty accessing standard stalls. They're there to make your life easier. A suggestion I have for you for the restrooms to make it easier for everyone to use them: don't bring your stroller or your wagon or your ECV into the ladies' room. Park it outside. It leaves a little more room for everyone to navigate. I have been filming some videos today for some rides, but I'm not including them here in this video. You'll need to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of the wonderful detailed ride videos that I'll be releasing in the future. But since I'm here, let's talk about some of the rides that plus-size people may have difficulty fitting into. The following rides have been listed on the Busch Gardens website as being a little less accommodating to larger guests: Kuma, Montu, SheiKra, Falcon's Fury, and Cheetah Hunt. All of those rides have tester seats available. Now, I checked out the tester seat for SheiKra, and it's actually kind of an out-of-the-way place where you have privacy, and a host or hostess are more than happy to help see if you will fit the ride. And they will assist you, and they're super nice about it. Do not be afraid to try the tester seats. Your hosts and hostesses here really want to make sure that you have a great time, and they want to make sure that you try the tester seat first so that you can feel confident while you're waiting in line that the ride will work for you. One of the loveliest things about Busch Gardens is as you're walking from place to place, going from ride to ride, you happen upon some of the most beautiful animal exhibits. Look at these fantastic Asian elephants. They're here with one of their caretakers. Looks like she's gonna give them some sweet potato as treats. Let's see how he enjoys his snack. Here he comes, getting his snack. Isn't that really sweet? I love that. It's really darling and adorable. One of the best things about this park is that it's not just a fantastic place for wonderful thrill rides and lots of great kiddie rides. Gosh, there's dozens of kids rides that are specifically for little kids. There's also wonderful animal exhibits too. Really something for everybody here. As I've been walking throughout the park throughout the day, I've been stopping off in the different shops, checking out the clothing and seeing if they have anything in plus sizes. And so far the largest shirts I found have been in extra large, both in women's and in men's styles and unisex styles. So nothing that I can buy for myself because I usually wear like a men's 3X or up to a 4X in women's, sometimes a 3X. So not a lot in some of the larger plus sizes, but they do carry extra large and extra large. Whew, what a long day. I got here at 11 a.m. It is now 6 p.m. so I spent 7 hours in this park today, and I don't even think I covered half of it, but I think I got all of the key information you need if you are a first-time visitor to Busch Gardens. And along the way, I also filmed 4 more videos for you for dining and rides throughout the park. So make sure you subscribe to Pammy Plus Parks so you will get a notification every time I put out a new video for Busch Gardens, SeaWorld, Universal, or Disney. And if you really want to make sure you see more fantastic content that will help you plan the best vacation possible, check out my Patreon page and consider becoming a patron of the channel. For as little as $2 a month, you can help make sure that I continue to create content that helps people who are plus size and people with cognitive, sensory, mobility, and accessibility concerns. But don't stop watching, because you see I've picked out a video for you right over here that you might find interesting and enjoy if you're planning a vacation here in Florida. Until the next time I see you, remember, life is a roller coaster. Enjoy the ride.